Hello everyone. Just want to do a visual and an audio check. Just want a video and audio check. Okay, can anyone, if you can hear me clearly, if you can see me clearly. All right, I will wait for someone to type something in the comment before I start. Okay, good. So I'll start now. Again, this is Anson here from the Pain Relief Practice. I'm very delighted and honored to be invited by the NUS Development Office to speak to you this evening. Stay to the end of this video and learn some quick and easy stretching exercises that helps to keep energy levels up and prevent aches and pain. Before we begin, kindly like and share the video with your friends. Okay, so over the past couple of months, ever since the circuit breaker started, I have noticed that across Singapore, whether it's among my friends or even in my clinics, that we have been seeing a rise of pain relating to the neck and relating to the back as a result from too much working from home. Okay, a lot of times we are not set up at home to, for long hours of work. We don't have proper chairs, we don't have proper desks, not like our office. So as a result, right, a lot of times you get neck and back problem because of poor posture. Other than that, also, if you look at the newspapers and the reports, there have been increase in work hours as a result from work from home. So we are actually loading extra loads, extra pressures. We are creating a lot of stress on our neck and our back. And again, most of the time, it's a result from poor posture as well as not moving away from the desk, okay? Because when we are engrossed in our work, we stay static, we are focused, and that can be easily from few hours, okay, without moving at all. So that can create a tremendous amount of stress, okay? So there'll be two parts to this talk. The first will be on the neck, the second will be on the back. Now, I'm sure all of you have been aware of a very bad neck posture because some of you may be even having it, okay, and you may be aware of it, right? So I'm just going to show you a very common poor postures when working on the laptop, when working on the computer, okay? It'll be something like that, okay? So if I look at the side, you'll be rounded chest, and with your chin poking forward, trying to be closer to the monitor, okay? And if you can see, this is a very bad posture. Your neck doesn't look like they are relaxed at all. Your neck looks like they are trying to pull very hard, trying to support the head very hard, okay? As compared to sit straight. If you look at me sitting straight right now, you can see that the head and the shoulder is resting very well. It looks much better. It looks much prettier, isn't it? So when you are doing this in front of your desk, okay, your neck is actually have to sustain a heavier weight. Okay. Now, when our head is straight in this position, the load on the spine is very efficient. Okay. The more that our head shifts forward, the heavier the head becomes. So the more you shift forward, there are more stress, there are more loading into the joint, and this will cause neck pain. Okay. Now, when I talk about neck pain, it doesn't necessarily mean the pain has to be here. Now, a lot of the time, you will actually feel pain or pulling, or you feel stiff. Some of them may describe it as soreness over here. Okay, it's not really at the neck, but it's between the neck and the shoulder, right? So over this area, and there's this muscles here that we call the upper trapezius muscle. So usually these are the areas that can become very uncomfortable. Besides that, there are small amount of people that may experience pain down the shoulder blade. Okay, this is because the muscles from the shoulder blades also attaches to your neck. All right, so anything, any pain, any injury on the neck can affect the shoulder blade as well because they are being linked by the muscles. So right now, I'm going to share with you what you can do. Okay, very simple things that you can do to improve your postures, to exercise the muscles around the neck and the shoulder blade so that they are strong and they can pull your body upright, okay, and they can support the weight of your head, okay. So the very first thing that all of you should do is you have to take breaks in between your work, okay. If you are working, if you can, set an alarm, set a reminder, set a notification so that after working for about 40 minutes to an hour, okay, set a reminder so that you will move. Okay, now when I say move, it's not necessarily to stand up and walk to the toilet. It's not necessary to walk away from your desk. You can actually just move on the desk. Okay, simple movement like, for example, moving your neck up and down, up and down. Okay, turning to the left and right, left and right. Now, if you do this, you will notice that it will break away the tension that builds up around your neck and shoulder region. Okay, so this is what I mean by taking breaks. Now, our body doesn't like to stay still for too long. Our body likes to move. If you stay still for too long, they will start feeling stiff. Okay, they'll start feeling achiness, as if the lactic acid has accumulated in the muscles in the joint. Our body are built, our body are meant to move, not standing still, not sitting still. All right. So other than the neck movement that you can do, you can also work the shoulder blade. So some people, they don't like to be distracted from work. Okay. So what you can do is you can still keep focusing on the monitor, but you can roll your shoulder, roll it backwards, roll it backwards. Okay. Shrug your shoulder up and lower it down, up and lower it down. Okay. So roll backwards, shrug your shoulder up and down. All right. So these are some of the simple things that you can do to break away from the stiffness, to break away from the soreness, from the discomfort around your neck and your shoulder. All right. That's the first thing. Take breaks. Now the second thing is you can stretch your neck. Okay. So I'm going to demonstrate to you how do you stretch your neck, and we are stretching the muscles left side and right side of the neck. So it's very simple. All you want to do is to make sure that you are sitting straight, tilt your head to one side. Okay? Now when you are doing this, remember, don't turn left or right. Okay? If you turn, you'll be stretching slightly different muscles. There are a lot of muscles on the neck, so at a different degree will stretch different muscles. And for this exercise, you want to keep it in neutral and you want to tilt sideways. Okay, tilt sideways. And what you can do is you can use your hand to pull. Okay, pull. And as you pull, you'll feel even more stretch. Right? Now I will advise you to hold the stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, if you only hold for 10 seconds, it's not enough time. There's not enough time for your muscles to accommodate, all right, to get used to the lengthened position. So if you only stretch for 10 seconds, it will goes back. All right, so you want to stretch longer, at least 20 seconds to 30 seconds. Okay, so let's do on the other side, on the left side. So very simple, tilt to the left, to the right, sorry. Maintain neutral, don't turn your head. Maintain neutral, all right? And you can add a pull. Now I can feel a very good stretch. A very good stretch over here, okay? And while stretching, try not to lift your shoulder, because if you lift your shoulder, you won't feel the stretch. So keep it low, pull, and hold for 20 seconds. Okay, so this is a very good stretching for the neck. All right, it's number one. Number two, sorry. Okay, so what we had was taking breaks. Okay, when you take breaks, you want to move. So you want to move your neck, you want to move your shoulder. Number two, you want to stretch to the side. Okay, number three is what we're going to do, what we call chin tuck. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate from the side position. Okay, now remember the very poor posture that we all have. So when you do a chin tuck exercise, you want to sit straight. Okay, sit straight. and you want to tuck in your chin. Okay, now if you can look at my head, when you tuck in your chin, you become taller. You actually become taller, right? When the chin is forward and slouch, you're shorter, right? So you want to sit straight and you want to tuck in your chin. Okay, now you don't have to overdo it, all right? So what you do is don't go all the way in. This is very unnatural, right? You just want to make sure you are tucked very gently, and you will still be able to speak, and you will still be able to swallow your saliva. Okay, so this is a very good movement that you can practice. Okay, you can do this while working on the desk, you can do this while driving in a car, you can do this whenever you are sitting. Okay, and if you look at it from the front, it will be something like this. Okay, just tuck. All right, and if people are watching you, they may see that as though you are nodding your head. Okay, so it's gentle nod, and tuck in your chin. Okay, don't do this. Okay, try not to create double or triple chin. All right, just gentle tuck. Okay, now for some people who have very tight muscles at the back of the head, okay, very tight muscles, and you have headache and migraines. When you do a chin tuck, you can actually feel a stretch. Okay, you can actually feel a stretch high up over the neck. Okay, right? So when you do a chin tuck, you are also actually stretching your deep neck extensor. For all of you who have a migraine, headache, very bad neck pain, when you chin tuck and you stretch your deep neck extensor, you will feel quite relief after that. Okay, you will relieve the tension that has been building up, and you'll feel very comfortable. So that's number 3. Now, number 4 is what I call a chest stretch. Okay, it's very simple. If you look at the poor posture, we are doing this rounded shoulder. So we want to do the opposite movement. So we have chin tuck, and now we want to open up the chest. Okay, so when you open up the chest, you want to stretch the muscles. You can open up together with your hand as well. Okay, if you stretch up, even better. Okay, and what you will feel is actually a stretch on the chest muscle. Okay, now some of you will have to be careful if you have shoulder pain, because when you have shoulder pain, going to this position might be painful. So you will have to skip this exercise and maybe seek consultation with a physiotherapist on how to do a modification of it. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate again. Let's do it together. Okay, if you're in front of the monitor right now, if you're watching your phone, let's do it together. Put down your phone and do it together. Okay, open up, and I can feel a very good stretch on my chest. Okay, I can feel my shoulder blade coming together, and I feel very nice stretch. I will hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, 20 to 30 seconds. When you're doing this stretch, try not to push your head forward. Keep the head back as well. Okay, nice posture. Keep your head back. Okay, and when I let go of my hand, wow, I can actually feel the relief over the chest muscle. All right, some patients describe it as though that, oh, they can feel the blood flows back, okay, to the chest, to the arm. So it's just a sensation that they feel. It's not necessarily that that the blood is really flowing very much. Okay, so all of you who are slouching, all of you who knows that you have bad posture, do these exercises. All right, now this is not the end. There's one more exercise for you. Okay, now this is like a bonus, right? We call this exercise a wall angel. Okay, and I keep this exercise to the last because it is actually quite tiring. It's a bit tiring and it can be a bit difficult for a lot of people. Okay, so now let's do this together. All right, so it's very simple. Sit in a very good posture, upright, chin tuck, okay, chest, shoulder relaxed. And what you want to do is to raise your hand by your side and go up and down. Okay, up and down. All right. Now you must make sure that your hand is above your head, slightly in line with your ear. Okay, don't bring it to the front. All right, let me move back. Okay, again from here, rise up and down, up and down. So if you're in front of the monitor right now, do this together with me. And what you will feel is that you feel tired. All right, you'll feel tired around the shoulder blade. Around the shoulder blade, you might feel a bit tired on the shoulder and around the neck muscle as well. But you can definitely feel some soreness over the shoulder blade area. So this is a very good exercise. This is a very good exercise. It will actually strengthen up the muscles over the shoulder blade so that they can actually pull your posture upright. Okay, they can actually pull your posture upright. So you will strengthen them and it will give you a very good result. Okay, now how often you should do this? How many repetitions can you do this exercise? I would recommend that if you have never done this before, to start with just 10 repetitions. Okay, and you do it 3 times a day, 4 times a day. Okay, or if you are actually working on a desk, you can do it every hour. Okay, just do 10. All right. Now, as you become stronger, as you get used to the movement, then you can go to 20, you can do to 30. All right. So usually 3 sets of 10, 30 repetitions is good enough. It's good enough. So that's for the neck. All right. So let's do a conclusion again. Let's do a summary. Sorry. So the summary will be number 1, take breaks. Okay, take breaks. So when you're taking breaks, set a reminder every 40 minutes, every 1 hour. Remind yourself to take breaks. And when you're taking breaks, you can go and have a drink. You can actually go and go to the toilet. Go to the pantry, or you can move. Just move your neck, move the shoulder. Second, you want to stretch your neck, so sideways. Okay, sideways. The third one, you want to do chin tuck. Okay, so tuck in your chin. From the front, it looks like a gentle knot. Number 4, you want to do a chest stretch. And finally, number 5, just do wall angel. Okay, so now I'm going to look at the comment and see if there's any questions. Let's see if anyone has any question. Someone is asking, can I use neck guard 10 minutes a day for a few days if I have neck ache? There's no harm trying this, and if you do it and you feel better, very good, right? Sometimes it sort of gives you like a feedback to tell you that, oh, your neck should be in this position. Someone was commenting, my shoulder blade started feeling stretched after the chest stretch. Well, what you will feel that the shoulder comes together and tense up around the area. So that's good. Someone is asking if I can show a side view. Very good. Now I'm going to show a side view. Okay, let's see. Am I side? Yes. So sit upright. Don't do this. Okay, don't do this. Sit upright as much as you can. Tuck in your chin. Hand by your side, parallel to the ear. Parallel to the ear. Okay. Now I'm going to move away a little bit so that you can see better. From here, goes up and down. Okay, don't do it this way. Don't do it this way. All right, you won't feel 100% effect of the exercise. You want to do it above your head, and this is perfect. Good. So I hope all of you catches these 5 simple steps. Okay, right. Now we're going to move on to the back. Okay, we're going to move on to the back. Now for the back, in an office chair, I will recommend 3 exercises, 3 stretching, 3 exercises. Okay, so these exercises are sort of more low key. All right, so you won't attract attention if you are working in the office. Okay, because sometimes people feel a little bit shy if they have to do a very big movement exercise and colleague will be staring, so they feel a bit uneasy. So I'm going to show these 3 simple stretching. Okay, so I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the angle and I'm going to move away from the screen so that you all can see me sitting. Right, so I hope all of you can see me clearly. Let me adjust a little bit. Okay, so in the office, on the chair, or if you're working from home, the first one, if you can do for your back, okay, because you're always slouch, right? So you want to stretch some of these muscles here, okay? So what you do is you sit upright, again sit upright, and then do a rotation stretch to the left, go as much as you can, and a rotation stretch to the right. Now, if your office chair has wheel and it can rotate, so what you can do is you can turn the chair to the one side and turn your body to the other side. Okay, go as far as you can, and for this same thing, you can hold for about 20 to 30 seconds. All right, let's do another side. 20 to 30 seconds. Wonderful, all right? So if you are here, do it together with me. Now I'm going to show a second stretch, okay? Now, this second stretch is called a piriformis stretch. Some of you may have heard of it, but let's do it together, okay? So what you do is you cross your leg up. Cross your leg up, all right? And you sit straight and lean forward. Okay, cross your leg up, sit straight and lean forward. Okay, now I'm going to show you a side view. Okay, I'm going to show a side view. All right, so cross your leg, sit straight, and lean forward. Lean forward, and you will feel stretch on the hip. Okay, you'll feel a good stretch on the hip. Now, some of you may be very flexible and you can go all the way down. Okay, so that will be a second stretch for your lower back. All right, and the last one, the third movement, right, is actually something to activate the core muscles. Now we have done stretching, we have loosened the muscles, but for your back, you need to strengthen the muscles as well, just like your neck. So what you can do is very simple, do knee raises, okay, knee raises on sitting. So as you're working and you're doing knee raises, right, you're being very low key, you know, you're not going to attract attention. So this will be a very nice exercise. Some pointer to take note, when you're doing the knee raises exercise, try not to do this. Okay, don't move your body, don't move your upper body, keep it still, just raise the leg. So you will actually have to activate all your core muscles so that they are stabilizing your body and they don't move your body and they lift the knee up. Okay, so some of you may find this very tiring, and if you find this very tiring, you know that your core muscles is not very strong. Good. So these are the 3 exercises that you can do for your lower back. Right, now let's see if there's any questions. Let's see if there's any question on the comment. All right, so so I also want to share some of the precautions or do and don'ts when you're doing a stretch. So when you're doing a stretch, try not to bounce, okay? So just hold, don't pull too hard, you're not trying to break the muscles, all right? And some people, they like to, like, you know, try not to do that as well, okay? Because sometimes when your muscles is cold, you're working in an aircon room, you pull your muscle, you may injure it. So don't do that. And second thing is don't hold your breath. I've noticed a lot of people when they're doing a stretch, they tend to hold their breath, okay? Don't do that. Breathe as per normal. So you don't have to take in deep breath. Breathe as per normal, all right? Breathe as per normal and relax and feel the stretch. Okay? So these are some of the precautions that you have to take when you're doing a stretch. Okay? Now, I would like to also share, because a lot of people are working from home, so there are actually things that you can use at home to help you manage the pain. Okay, so over here, what I have is actually a trigger ball. So you can see it's a very hard ball and it's spiky. Okay, we use it to massage the muscle. Okay, right, now if you don't have a trigger ball, you can use a tennis ball. Some people uses a golf ball. All right, so anything that's round and hard, so that you can use it to roll over the muscles, roll over the area where you actually feel tense and discomfort. And I can feel it right now, I can feel it here. Okay, you can roll it over the upper trap muscles, okay, which is the muscles between your neck and your shoulder. You can also roll it behind as well if you feel pain here. You can also roll it over your lower back. Okay, you can also roll it over your lower back. So this is something actually very useful. This is something actually very useful. If some of you, you know, find that stretching alone is not enough, you can use a trigger ball or tennis ball to help to relax and loosen the muscles even more. So, and that's something that's very useful. Okay, let's see if there's any question. Okay, so I think there's a question here on the chat. Someone is asking if what supplements is good. Now, over the years, there have been quite a few studies, and something that came up very often would be a collagen. Now, there are 2 types of collagen. There's 3 types of collagen: type 1, type 2, and type 3. Now, for the purpose of joint health, you need to use type 2 collagen. Okay, basically they are the building blocks, right? They're the building blocks for your joint, the cushion of the joint, right? So if some of you wanted to take supplements to help maintain your joint health, or you would like to try it to see if it can relieve your joint pain, you can consider using collagen. Now, there are other products out there that have herbs in it. So, for example, curcumin. Some uses anti-inflammatory herbs like ginger, turmeric, and others. So, those are also can be helpful as well. And there are people who mix collagen and herbs together. So that can be something that everyone can consider as well. Right, so let's see if there's any question. All right, someone is asking if there's any exercises for headaches. There are the chin tuck exercises actually. So some headaches can be caused by a very tight neck muscles. So if you look at the side, these muscles right here along this line, deep neck extensors, in a very poor posture, it becomes very tight. Okay, so some people may even have a hump over this area, right? So when this muscle is tight, it pulls and you get headache, you get migraine. And the chin tuck exercise can actually help to lengthen this part. Okay, and when you lengthen and when you stretch, it can actually help to relieve headache. So Ivy, this is the answer to your question. Some people is asking what exercises to relieve numbness for the feet. Now, the numbness of the feet can be of many reasons. I would actually recommend you to seek medical advice. Why do you have numbness of the feet? And if you want, you can actually try the piriformis stretch. Okay, so piriformis stretch is the one where you sit and cross your leg, and then you sit upright and you lean forward. You will feel a stretch over the hip, over the buttock area. Now that can be an exercise that may help to relieve the numbness of the feet if it's being caused by a tight piriformis muscle. I have a IZES back stretcher. Is it good to use? I have no idea what's the IZES back stretcher, so not something that I can comment on. So is there any other questions from the live audience? Exercise for trigger finger and suggestion for people having knee inflammation. So for trigger finger, it's hard for me to cover in this session because we're actually focusing on neck and back pain. My advice is some people what they do is they will soak their hand in warm waters and they do some exercises to move the fingers. There's something that you can consider. Yeah. I'll be taking the last question. So people with knee inflammation. So if you have knee inflammation, basically you can try the collagen supplement. It may be able to give some effect to help you. All right, especially if you take it with anti-inflammatory herbs. There are some exercises that you can do. Let me see. The piriformis stretch can be something to stretch the hip muscles so that it will relieve some tension because when the hip muscles is tight, it changes the mechanics of the leg. All right. Yeah, but I don't think I have enough time to talk more about the knee, right? But I hope you do get some very good suggestions for exercises for neck and back pain. Okay, so I think that would be all. So that's it, guys. So I would like to thank everyone for watching the video. I hope you had a very meaningful and enjoyable time with me, even though it's short, but I hope I've given a very good suggestion on exercises that you can try and you should try. So if you have enjoyed the session, please don't forget to like, to share, and to follow the NUS Giving page for more updates and clips. Have a pleasant evening and good night.